Did you know that here in Sablan, we grow Tritons? These are the seeds. So we just put them in the ground, wait for a few moments, and poof, give the Tritons.
And they've grown to become superb athletes.
Hi, I'm Celeste Engler. I'm working at Brent International School Baguio, and welcome to the Out of Danger project. It's called the Out of Danger project because we first started out looking for trees that are native, but at the same time were endangered species. And to plant them here on our farm was to take them out of danger. That's why it was called the Out of Danger project. And slowly, as we got to appreciate just the idea of putting a lot of native trees together, I chanced upon the word arboretum, which is simply called like a library of different trees. And so having a project and a place like this is like a library of trees and an arboretum at the same time.
I'm Paul Engler. I also work at Brent International School Baguio. We bought this farm back in 2017. We didn't have a set goal for it at that time, but we were thinking about what could we plant on the farm. We couldn't come here very often, and the roads were pretty rough coming here for the most part up until just a couple of years ago. And so we couldn't come anytime we wanted. If it was rainy season, it was difficult to get here. But the idea is to always have a forest growing here perpetually.
And we're hoping that with the project that we have, it's a way of giving to the future generations just an idea of how beautiful Mother Nature is, specifically with the native trees from the Philippines. We have a lot to be grateful for, but at the same time, a lot to be responsible for. That our family has always been Mitsubishi fans. And of course, through the connection of my brother who knows a lot about Mitsubishis, he's really done a lot of the research about the best pickups. And of course, he's highly recommended the Mitsubishi Triton. And over the last couple of years, we have been looking at the Mitsubishi Triton and the variants. And I think the timing in December of 2024, when the new design of the Triton came out, vis-a-vis the Montero, Paul and I were instantly attracted to the design, of course the capacity of the car, and also the price.
We liked the look of it, was the first thing, but in terms of practicality, the price was good for a 4x4, and it has a lot of features that are pretty useful too. Really, we use this more just as a daily driver. Getting it is so we could haul trees to the farm. It has four-wheel drive, so it's easy to get some of the steep roads.
Having a 4x4 Triton Athlete was like an answered prayer, truly. A pickup in Baguio is a cool car. And one of the features that we love about the Triton is that it has the comforts of a sedan, but it has the strength of a muscle car. Can you imagine the Triton has a lumbar support for the driver's seat? That's pretty cool.
One of the things when we were looking at a truck that we really wanted in Baguio was a heater. A lot of cars don't have heaters at all, and the only way to keep your windows from fogging up is you're using your air conditioner on its own. And when it's nighttime, rainy season, you're already damp from being out in the rain. It can get really cold, so the heater is a big bonus in Baguio. The fact that you can shift to 4 high as you're driving, that's quite useful. Actually, I did that a second ago when I was just driving over here. I didn't think I'd need it, but why not?
We were driving up the mountains in December and we visited Atok. They go as low as 0 degrees. We had to have the heater on.
A lot of the roads, even within Baguio City, some of those roads are very steep. You can, if it's wet, it can start to slip. So it's actually pretty useful to just be able to put it in four-wheel drive and you can get up the hill easily.
We've been to so many destination places that only 4x4 cars would be able to go through. We were able to drive through the mountains of Ibunan, Kapangan, Tublay, and then just recently from Atok we drove to Bauco, and then we drove to Sagada and Besao. From Sagada we drove all the way through Bontoc and Banaue, Kiangan, Ifugao. And there were a lot of parts that if we didn't have a 4x4, we would be a little bit apprehensive about getting through to our next destination. It's an investment in the experience and the places that we could go to, because now we have a 4x4. And of course, memories are priceless. One of my favorite memories with this car was actually just here. Back in December, we witnessed the Geminid meteor shower. And prior to being able to witness that, it was raining. So we had to take shelter in the car, myself and our acquaintances and they brought their special telescopes too. So we had to wait the rain out, being in the car, and then later on setting out our tents here and watching the meteor shower. That was really an amazing experience. And can you imagine you can replicate that in other beautiful places? And knowing that aspect of a person's lifetime vis-a-vis the lifetime of a tree really put into perspective the importance of starting now and knowing that it is going to be beyond ourselves. That kind of attitude, I feel, just makes us more mindful and at the same time just take as much action as we can with the time that we have here. And hopefully, it's really about the future generations for them to see what native trees are rather than just furniture, I suppose.